Mason Overstreet is playing in this tournament for the third time. He knows these greens at El Paso Country Club so well, and it shows. That's a birdie on the 8th hole to offset a bogey at the 3rd. The Razorback is back to even par. Zan Luka Stern is from Slovenia, now playing for Arkansas State. He's even par heading into the 6th. Now for the birdie conversion. Every par out here feels like players are passing you. Zan remains even par. Oscar Ambrosius is a local player out of UTEP. He practices at El Paso Country Club all the time and can read these undulating greens. That's the way you do it. That's a birdie to go to 3 under. Adrien Dumont de Chassard is from Belgium and is the 3rd member of this threesome. And a birdie for Adrien to reach 3 under. The player making the biggest move is Ludvig Aberg. He's from Sweden, a freshman at Texas Tech. This is his approach into the 18th. A birdie conversion would get him to 8 under par, and it would be a nifty 28. Guns up for the Red Raider. Because of limited daylight, there was a shotgun start, and Aberg still has one more hole to play. The 420-yard first hole, and that's a good start into the fairway. Aberg would birdie that hole as well to shoot 9 under 62 on our par 71 golf course. He is your first-round leader. It seemed like you were really aggressive with your first putt. Gave yourself a couple 3-4 footers coming back in the opposite direction. What's your philosophy on putting?
So I've actually talked a lot with my coach about that, and I feel like if you're aggressive with your putter and you're comfortable with the putts back, you're going to hold a lot more putts.
What's your impressions of the golf course?
It's great. I mean, the condition is very good. Greens are rolling very good. It's a fair challenge out there.
William Mall is a Commodore, part of the great heritage of Vanderbilt golfers like Brandt Snedeker and Luke List. This turns into a 2-putt par at the 7th, but Mall is bogey-free in the opening round with 4 birdies. His 67, though, is 5 back of Aberg. The first day format calls for 36 holes, no repairing, so play away, gentlemen. Garrett Reband also shot 67 in the first round. He stands at 6 under par, and this is an eagle putt after driving the green on the 336-yard par 4 15th. No eagle, but tap-in pars are always welcome. The Boomer Sooner is 7 under. Garrett Reband trying to keep momentum going with a birdie on 16. Well, that's a cruel little lip out par. He would shoot 68 to go with his opening round 67 and stand at 7 under with 1 round remaining. Perfect conditions for the opening 36 holes, and Philip Barbary out of LSU is putting well. He shot 68 in the opening round, and this birdie on the 16th hole is another 68. The LSU Tiger is 6 under through 2 rounds. These greens are receptive, and that means players can be aggressive with their approaches, like Adrien Dumont de Chassard on the 4th. But the Illini from Illinois did not make the putt while shooting 1 under 70. Remember Zan Luka Stern from Arkansas State? He shot 69 in the opener, but has found some touch in the afternoon. Here's a birdie chance at the 4th. The putt is slightly uphill and will really break to the left as it approaches the hole. Zan read that one perfectly. That's 2 birdies in a row, and Zan moves to 4 under. Ambrosius out of UTEP was 4 under after the first round, but is suddenly struggling. That turns into a bogey for the Miner. He shot 71 and is now just 3 under with 1 round to play. Aberg still has it dialed in. After 62 in the opening round, he is fearless, shooting at the hole locations in the afternoon. That's his approach into the 14th. An iron is only as good as the putt, however, and Ludwig can't convert the birdie from left to right. He remains at 4 under in the round. If the putter won't work, though, how about chipping one in? Calling Dr. Chapinski. Not quite a birdie, but a tap in par to salvage the 4 at the 15. Aberg is bogey-free in the afternoon, but would like one more birdie. Remember, he teed off on the second, so number 1 is his last hole, and that is a beautiful wedge. Is this his last stroke of the day? It would finish off a bogey-free 66 and get him to 14 under. Chase that number for a while, boys. Ludwig Aberg is your pace setter.
Today was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun out there. I putted very well. Put myself in positions to make a lot of putts, and I did. So I just kept going.
Yeah, 1 bogey over 36 holes.
Yeah.
That's really strong. The scrambling skills had to be really good.
Yeah.
Tell me about getting up and down.
I mean, it's a lot of where you're putting yourself on the greens, doing your homework before you get here. So kind of like where your short side is, make sure that you're not on the wrong side of the hole, which gives you the easiest shot back. So I did that very well today.
There's a lot of chipping areas.
Yeah.
Did you like putter? Did you like wedge? I
used my wedge today. The greens are pretty soft, so it's pretty receptive, and you can get pretty aggressive even though you're in the wrong spot.
You got a little greedy. You had to birdie that last hole too. Tell me about your final birdie.
Had a good drive down the left side of the fairway, and put it up there to like 8 feet, and I hold it. So that was a lot of fun.
Gianluca Stern is making a run. He striped it all day long, shooting 63, and stands at 8 under par, but is still a half dozen back of Aberg. Zan, what an afternoon round. We had you down for 9 birdies. That's right, you birdied half the holes out here?
Yeah, actually, that is right. I didn't even realize, after making a birdie on the last hole, one of my playing partners was like, "Oh, did you shoot 8 under?" And I'm like, "What? I shot 8 under?" I had no idea what I was at. But yeah, I did make 9 birdies.
Well, tell me about the round. How come you got it going so well?
I don't know. It was just even the back 9, the first round. I kind of, got it going, made a couple birdies, and then that just I just kept doing the same thing. The second 18, and yeah, like I said, I guess I was just so zoned in and in the moment that I didn't even know what I was at, and I was just, playing it shot by shot.
Mason Overstreet would find the center of the club face with rounds of 67 and 69. Still, that's 6 under par and 8 behind. How aggressive have you been on the greens? These greens roll pretty well, don't they?
Oh yeah, I do. They roll really well. The last couple of years, they've been a touch slower. I've played. This is my 3rd year in a row playing this tournament. So this year they're, I'd say, probably half a foot faster. So I've been a little more tentative because you can run them 3-4 feet by if you're not careful, especially with the greens that I've been practicing on are a little slower. So I've been trying to kind of rein back a little bit on the speed.
The greens at El Paso Country Club are so pure you can understand why scores are good. Logan McAllister at the first. A memorable putt on an unmemorable day for the Oklahoma Sooner. Rounds of 70 and 70 have him 2 under. Everyone is shaking Ludwig Aberg's hand. What will be your game plan going into the final round?
I'm not going to change a bit, actually. I'm just going to keep going. Stay aggressive, both off the tee and on the greens, and see where that takes me.
What would winning this tournament mean to you?
It would mean a lot. I mean, I've played some good golf, but never really gotten that breakthrough, so that would mean a lot to me.
It's supposed to be windy for that final round. I know the wind never blows up in Lubbock, though, right?
Well,
Comfortable playing in the wind?
Very comfortable. I grew up in Sweden as well, where a lot of wind. So I'm more usual playing in wind than not wind. So.
Before the serious nature of the Classic began, the contestants and sponsors had a little fun. How about a long drive contest? It took a wallop out of R.J. Mankey, the junior from Pepperdine. Knocked the cream cheese out of the ball to the tune of 354 yards.
You know, it's just something fun to do at the beginning, but so I hit a good drive, so when I'm hitting my driver well, it helps me shoot better scores. So ball just flies further in there, so tried to hit a little higher than normal and flew out there. Probably rolled out a good bit, but yeah, it was a good one for sure. It was fun. It's nice that they have the bleachers up there, a little atmosphere with the girls on the side with Tony the Tiger there too, so it was cool. Not something you see every day at a golf course.
And you can't let a few obstacles stand in your way if you're going to be a good putter. Adrien Dumont de Chasseur took 17 putts to complete the unusual course. I guess they practiced their putting back in Belgium.
It's gonna be fun. It's a bit different than what we used to. Otherwise, it was not easy. Like, my speed was really good, so that kind of helped.
Is putting the strongest part of your game?
Not really. I'd say like my chipping and my putting's okay, but it's not my best part.
And how'd you do on the long drive?
Yeah, like 335, which is not bad for me. So I was pretty happy.
So seeing as putting is one of the more crucial parts in golf, do you think this is going to benefit you on the course?
Like this game that we just did? Probably not, but it was just fun.
That's okay.
Good.
It was windy for the third round, very windy, gusts in excess of 30 miles per hour. Would those winds blow someone away, or would someone ride the wind to victory? If someone was going to catch Ludwig, they needed a hot start, and Garrett Reband had birdie on his mind at the par 3 third. 1 under after 3 and 8 under par total for the Oklahoman. It's up to Ludwig to answer. Well, he answered with a tee ball to 5 feet on the 173-yard third hole. That's a bogey, birdie, birdie start for the Swede. He's 15 under, and that's his 8th birdie in 10 par 3s this week. And Philip Barbary out of LSU parred the first 4 holes and now faces this difficult bunker shot at the 5th. How's that for a Sandy Bar to keep him 3 under for the week? After making that birdie on the 3rd, Garrett Reband missed the fairway at the 5th. He needs a recovery shot here. I'd say that qualifies as a recovery. A short birdie putt, and the Sooner is 2 under through 5. Aberg missed the 5th green, but has chipped well all week. That 5-footer is not going to be automatic. And a miss after making 1 bogey in the first 36 holes. He now has 2 bogeys in the first 5 holes of the final round. You know, sometimes bogeys are contagious. And Gianluca Stern is struggling with the wind and these greens. That's a bogey at the 5th. Zan would play the first 8 holes in 5 over par to drop out of contention. He would shoot a frustrating 73 and finish tied for 3rd. The 9th hole is a reachable 550-yard par 5, and Reband is in the greenside bunker line 2. This for eagle. Well, that's going to turn into a very easy birdie. Garrett turns in a bogey-free 4 under par 32 and is 11 under total. Ludwig can answer with a birdie of his own. No, sir. An even par opening 9, and the Red Raider from Texas Tech has a 3-shot lead with 9 to play. Meanwhile, early starter Matthias Schmidt of Louisville has gotten it to 10 under par, but then gave some back with a bogey on 16, and this for par at the 18th. A solid round of 3 under 68, but a disappointing finish with bogeys on 2 of his last 3 holes, a 9 under par total for Schmidt. Meanwhile, Ludwig birdied the 11th, then ripped off 3 straight pars, but is struggling at the short 15th. He missed the green, and that chip is not tight to the stick. For the par. That is certainly a hiccup, back to even in the round for Aberg. Maybe that's just the opening Reband needs. A birdie chance at the 16th. Leaves it short. A 2-putt par, but he really needed that birdie. Ludwig missed his 2nd straight green, but a nice chip leaves him an uphill par putt. That's going to be back-to-back bogeys for the first time this week. Still, nobody is mounting a charge, and he's 4 in front with just 2 to play. Aberg drove into a bunker on the 17th, had to chip out. This is 3rd on the par 4. A 1-putt par, and that sequence of shots may have just won him the Classic. A 4-shot lead is a nice comfort zone with 1 hole to play. From the fairway, to the middle of the green. That's all he needed. Garrett Reband has had a bad inward 9. He bogeyed 10, 12, and 13 and has hit into the red line penalty area on the 18th. That would lead to a double on his 54th hole, 4 under on the front, 4 over on the back, and a tie for 5th with Trent Phillips. And that clears the stage for Ludwig Aberg. 4 shots ahead with a birdie putt on the 18th. A nice putt and a 2-putt par to finish off a 1 over 72. His 9 under par total is good for a 4-shot lead over Matthias Schmidt, and he is the champion of the Sun Bowl Marathon All-America Golf Classic.
You began the day with such a comfortable lead. Was it difficult to play, knowing the conditions? What were your thoughts on the first tee?
To be honest, I didn't think at all. I mean, I just went out there and I knew that my game was good enough. So I just kept my routine intact, kept all my mental parts intact to be able to play good golf. I hit a good 7-iron till about 3 feet. So, and fortunately make the putt, so that was a great hole.
So you're 6 up, 4 to play, and then run into a little bit of trouble. Talk about the 15th hole.
15.
Short par 4.
Short par 4, drivable. A little into the wind today. I hit a bad chip, my first chip. missed the green, ran over, gave me a chip back. Hit it actually pretty good till about 3 feet, missed the putt, a little slider down right to left. But once again, I mean, I just kept relying on my routine, and I knew that I was good enough to beat it. So.
Then you're wide right off the tee at 16. You get it back into play, and I thought hit a really good chip, left it right below the hole, maybe 3-4 feet. What did you see in that putt?
I saw a straight putt, but it turned left. So that was just a misread. Good putt, misread, and that's what you got to do, accept it and move on.
All right, and 18, kind of commercialized, took all the drama out of it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I hit a very good shot. My second shot was actually very good. Kind of sitting down in the rough, so always a little tricky to know how it's going to come out, but it came out great. Left me 2 putts.
What did you learn about yourself this week?
I learned about my mental part. I learned that I'm good enough to beat all the best guys that's playing here, and keep my calm, even though the other guys are playing good around me.
What does it mean for you to win this tournament when you take a look at the alumni that have come out of here and what they've done on the PGA Tour?
That's amazing. I mean, just walking down to the first tee, seeing all the great winners out here, playing great on the PGA Tours and all the majors, it means a lot. It means a lot.
And future plans?
I'm gonna stay at Texas Tech. I love Texas Tech. They're taking very good care of me, and I just want to give back to them as much as I can.
Do you envision 4 years in Lubbock?
I do, yeah. I do.
Beautiful. I'm sure I'll see you out there.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate
Congratulations.
it. Thank you.
Ludwig Aberg, the proud owner of the Lee Trevino Trophy and the first freshman to ever win the Sun Bowl Marathon All-America Golf Classic. The Red Raider painted the leaderboard red with birdies.
Our members give up the club for 4 days for the tournament, and we want to thank the El Paso Country Club membership, and they also are big supporters of the tournament. So big thanks to El Paso Country Club as well. We have another sponsor who sponsored our dinner last night, and that's Christy Markham and the Markham Group for sponsoring the steak dinner last night. That was great. Christy, if you're here, thank you very much. In attendance today, we also have the Sun Bowl Association President, Stuart Sleva. There's Stuart right here. Bernie Olivas is our Executive Director. He's right here. Our media relations, a lot of the players got to know him a little bit, and that's Eddie Morales, if he's here. Thank you, Eddie. And behind me, I have the Sun Court, and our Sun Queen this year is Elizabeth Vega. She's a good golfer, too. Our head rules official, and he was pretty busy this week, and that's Bill Eschenbrenner of the PGA here. Our tournament chairman is Gary Hansen. And our tournament director here is Bob Kimball. And I'll have you two come up and introduce our champion this year.
I want to recognize Mark Pelletier and his staff too. You guys do a great job putting this on, Mark. Thank you very much. So our winner for the 45th edition of the Sun Bowl Marathon College All-America Golf Classic goes to Ludwig Aberg from Texas Tech.
Can I put it on here? Wow. Thank you to everyone who's been here all the week. Special thanks to Bob, Gary, Bernie for making this event so special. It's truly a special event for us players, and I'm just grateful for being here and being able to play. Thanks to
El Paso Country Club for hosting us. Of course, it's been very good. Greens are very good. It makes it a fair challenge out there. So, thank you.
Well, that's right. You're going to take some pictures.
Oh, I don't know.